Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today I have a special guest with us today. I have the author of a new book that's out right now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you can find it, and it's through Unveiling Nightmares. I have with us my man, Chuck Nasty, and his book is called Going to Hell, Fresh Kills. Chuck Nasty, welcome to the Horror Room, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
You too, man. You too, man. We've done several other podcasts together before, but it's the first time on the Horror Room.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell everybody real quick about Going to Hell, Fresh Kills.
Going to Hell, Fresh Kills Volume 1 is 3 stories. Well, first off, Fresh Kills is basically going to be it's going to be like a 6-parter, basically. There's going to be 3 stories in each little book. And originally I was going to have a shit ton of stories, and have this one big book. And then I started thinking about how Stephen King released The Green Mile originally, with, just the little novellas every so often. And I was like, you know what? I really like that idea. So instead of writing one big one, I wanted to just, it's a little something for people in between the big boys that I put out, and it's getting great reception. But yeah, no, it's they all intertwine. All the stories, they all on the 6th book, it will all explain a little bit further why everything is going on the way it is. But there's one character in particular who is going to be in every story, and he's just known as the Man in Black. And his story will come about towards the end of it all. But yeah, he's kind of a mystery. But
now, is this going to be considered splatterpunk, extreme horror?
Well, it's kind of funny because I wrote these first 3 stories about a year and a half ago, year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, actually. And I just had them sitting around, but I'd had a few people read them and they really enjoyed them. And when I started doing the whole publishing thing, I was like, well, I thought about putting them on Godless at first, and I was like, well, they're not as, I don't think they're as extreme, And then I was talking to Miss Bainham over at Unveiling Nightmares, and she was like, well, you can put it out, put this thing out with me. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then she was able to get me on Godless, and last time I checked, I was in the top 10.
Nice.
So, it's really good reception to it, and it makes me really happy. It's I think that you could label it as splatterpunk. Stephen Cooper gave me a really nice compliment, and he basically called me, he called me stoner gore, and he said if that wasn't a thing yet, that I might have coined it. So that's, I'm kind of proud of that.
Nice.
I've got Cypress Hill. It's one of my favorite groups right here.
It,
so I'm fine with that, being stoner gore. But it's not as there's not it's not as extreme as in, like, there's not a lot of SA, but there's nothing like that in there. It's just mainly just a lot of gore. Just good old fashioned horror stories, brought to you by the influence of Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt and shit like that. And which it also, there's a few people who read it who mentioned the Tales from the Crypt aspect to it, and it's funny too.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of humor, especially in the last story, Dead Crop, which is where I think Steven got the whole stoner gore thing from. But yeah, it's good. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it, actually. And I've only written the 4th story for it is almost done. When I was doing these originally, I was pumping them out. And then at the time there were some personal issues going on that slowed me down, as it will.
Which always does, yeah.
And I was almost done writing the 4th story, and it's called the Filth and the Furry.
Oh, nice.
And it involves a punk rock band and a bunch of angry possums. So, it's almost done. I went back and looked at it because I almost was like, well, I'll just start over or whatever. And then I looked back at the story itself, and and it looks pretty good. Like it had me laughing, so I just needed to go back and just kind of proofread a little bit more and clean it up a little bit and finish it, and then I can move on to the other ones, because I've already got the next two stories that need to be written for it already kind of working in here, especially with it not being out that long, and I've already got people telling me that some of the best work they've read from me so far, so it means a lot.
So how the fuck do you pump out these stories in your head? I mean, is it the grass that helps, or is it just your brain is always rolling?
Well, the grass definitely helps. Well, I constantly, the stupidest shit will just make me go, that can be a story. My first release, Thirsty, is a good example. It's about, roughly, it's about a soda machine that if you push the certain buttons, it's certain ways of death. Mm-hmm. And it's just a soda machine that sits out in the middle of nowhere. And that's based off a true thing. My buddy Whitman, who I do a podcast called Graveyard Talk with, him and another friend of ours years ago went driving in the middle of nowhere here in the hills of Kentucky, and they found a random soda machine out in the middle of nowhere that some guy in this shed was just being nice. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what if that guy wasn't being nice? And, so I can pretty much, it's just random things pop in my head. Watching the news. I've been working on this trilogy called the Bad Cop No Donut trilogy. No shit.
Love it.
The first novella for it is about halfway done, and it's called Officer Oink. Mm-hmm. And to really get a good idea of shitty cops being shitty, I watch a lot of. I've been watching a lot of those body cam footage, YouTube videos and shit, and you really learn a lot. But like stuff like that. Mixing reality with fiction. It's like my neighbor down the street, the door that goes underneath their crawl space, mm-hmm. The door that goes into the crawl space, it was kicked out, and it was just laying in their yard, and it was just really quiet. There was nobody around or whatever, and I was like, that is terrifying. Like, it may be
fucking
nothing
freaky.
But like on a crawl space, just like anything, a crawl space, an attic, a basement, anything like that, it's terrifying. And the idea, and I've got a story that actually might end up going into one of the volumes of Fresh Kills, that is because of that. Just really anything that can become terrifying. I'm really good about turning things that aren't supposed to be bad, bad.
And I'm gonna say, do you also like to people watch?
Yeah. Oh yeah. People watch all the time. Like sometimes, like
I fucking love people watching. I love people watching. I do it too much, man. And I create stories about fucking people just by looking at them, mm-hmm. and I give them a fucking name and everything. And like, I can imagine as a writer, just watching people. I mean, people in general are their own fucking story. I mean, just watch life and just people walking around. There's a story right there.
Oh yeah, man. No, I've always been that way. Ever since I was like real young. I used to just like when going to the mall with my mom or some shit, I would always kind of like come up with these weird ideas of what's going on with these people over here and whatever. And it's pretty much the same way now, except I kind of I lean towards the idea of what's behind that door. Mm-hmm. What's going on Happy Homemaker Boulevard.
Yeah.
Where Tasha and Bo are not having such a good time in their personal life as everybody thinks. That kind of shit where it's like, it's like when I see somebody, like when I see like people really, really uber happy, I'm like, they're miserable. It's all lies. I'm a dick, but it's just it's all reality.
I agree. It's always the people that I've noticed that seem perfect on, like, I'm gonna say people. It seems like the married couples or the couples that always seem happy on social media. They look like they're gonna picture perfect. there's always something dark and fucking weird going on behind closed door with them. Whether it's, the husband's abusive, or they're both fucking crackheads, or they're fucking doing weird child pornography. I don't fucking know, but it seems like it's always the married couple that you're looking like on that looks perfect on paper.
Everybody's jealous of.
And they let you see what they want you to see when it comes to fucking social media. But that's one dangerous thing about social media. People only allow you to see what they want to see.
Yeah. Oh no, completely. I mean, like I've got a few friends of mine, married couples who everybody was kind of jealous of them. Never thought in a million years that they would ever divorce and all that shit. And come to find out there was a lot of, adultery and this, that, and the other going on. And it just kind of like, it shocks people. But I mean, everybody puts on a facade because nobody wants to really, it's like when you tell somebody, like when you ask somebody, oh, how you doing? They just go, I'm fine. It's like, it's kind of that same kind of idea,
And then it's like the motherfuckers like Chuck Nasty with the name Chuck Nasty are the most normal fucking people. You assume that Chuck Nasty is doing some nasty shit, but Chuck Nasty is one of the normal people you may ever meet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've always, the whole idea of like, what is normal? We all have, there is a normal. It's all our own, What's normal to me is waking up and, after only sleeping for 2 hours, getting my kid on the bus and then staying up for 4 hours and writing, and then sleeping for an hour and a half, and then trying to get everything I need done around here, in a timeless manner. And then, watching horror movies and all that shit. That's normal to me, while other people are, going to their, I'm going to word that different.
No, I'm just coming
right.
say
everybody just everybody just has their own reality. A lot of people, like, I live in not a great neighborhood, but it's not a horrible neighborhood. It's actually a pretty nice neighborhood. But I'm kind of the freak. I'm kind of the odd man out. I'm the guy. I'm the weird guy on the corner. You know what I mean? Like, because what I do and how I am, people don't seem to understand. I'm the only one that walks around wearing, serial killer fighting shirts and shit like that, where they're out wearing their button ups. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just know I'm the one that gets judged, but it's how it's always been in life, is like, it's the ones that are the loudest are the ones to watch out for. And the ones, just because you can't trust the ones that are the loudest, and the ones that are the quietest are the ones that you might want to make friends with.
Yes.
Because they'll be your best friend, or they'll be the worst nightmare you ever had. So
exactly, I 100% agree. Now, you're working with Crystal at Unveiling Nightmare. They're a publisher. Now, how has it been working with a publisher?
Oh, awesome! It's been great, actually. It kind of cuts out. It kind of cuts out a couple of things that financially, I was about to have some issues with getting my stuff out, and being a part of Unveiling Nightmares has helped with that a lot. It's helped promotion wise. Like I said, there's, Crystal showed me a chart of where all the books get sent to be sold and all that shit, and it's pretty cool because kind of takes some weight off me and lets me have a little bit more time worrying about being creative instead of worrying about others. Of course, I promote, my shit too, and also other people's stuff, because the underground sticks together. But when it comes to the big part of a lot of stuff, like she's been badass. So I mean, she's been fucking great. I literally talk to her every day. Me, her, and Dan Schrader have like this group chat, and we get on and give each other shit or advice or whatever. And it's actually really, really awesome.
And Dan's amazing as well. I've had him on my show. Amazing
Dan's my boy.
Amazing guy. Yeah. I mean, it's been a couple months since I've been working with Unveiling Nightmare and interviewing their authors. it's such a. I mean, Crystal does such a great job. She definitely promotes her authors, and it just seems like a friendly atmosphere. It seems like all the authors are friends. They all know each other. They're all cheering for each other, and like that's great to see. I mean, everybody says that in the underground or an indie horror scene, we all got to look for out for each other. That may be true in some way, but in some ways that's untrue as well because it's definitely a dog eat dog world. Everybody's looking out for their own success, and I get it, and I 100% get it. But when you do see creators working together, it's an amazing thing.
It really is. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air in a lot of ways. You know, before I started really being a part of the splatterpunk extreme community, you know, because I didn't even know that there was actually, like, I knew I wrote really messed up stuff, and I didn't realize there was actually a place for it. You know, up until a couple of years ago, really. And the one thing that I really liked about the community was all the helping hands and the motivators, and you know, everybody just kind of having everybody's back. You know, of course there has been some wrenches thrown into the community, as does happen with any you know, any group or, you know, anything like that. You doesn't matter how good you are. Sometimes there's some bad eggs, you know, and there's been drama that's been thrown around. But I try to stay away from all that garbage and nonsense. Because I like the idea of, because I go into I'm a part of a bunch of these groups, a lot of these anthologies that I've been writing stories for and stuff. But we have like our chat groups, and I've made friends with some amazing people. You know, they're fantastic, they're amazing. But you know, and it's great. And I do voice messages all the time, and they're not tired of it yet. But you know, I just go on there and just say, like, man, it's really nice to see. Because I don't always comment. Sometimes I don't get right on it, so I'm like backed up. So I just like leave something, and I'll say something along the lines of, like, you know, it's really nice to see so many people like just being so excited about something, you know, together, and not fighting and you know, trying to rip each other apart, and everybody, you know, the little groups that I'm kind of a part of when it comes down to this shit. You've got a lot of people who have each other's backs. Now, I'm not going to go into it, but there's a couple of them I've seen where there's been a few that I'm like, are you real? You know, it's like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, who are you? Like, are you really who you say you are, man? But you know, like, again, you just have to, you know who to talk to. You got to be wary of what you say and whatever the hell. But for the most part, everybody in the crews that I'm a part of in this whole shit have been fucking nothing but fucking awesome. And I couldn't be more proud of everybody, and as well as myself, and just happy.
Yeah. And like, I consider, like, even like YouTube channels, creators like myself, the smaller ones, you know, we're underground indie, and like, I have no problem with having another YouTuber who has a channel on my channel for an interview to promote their channel, because at the end of the day, there's enough for everyone, you know. And it's only the only run-ins I've had were like the bigger channels, you know, and I feel like they get intimidated or something, and they try to stomp down any small channels that are getting any kind of steam or motivation, which is a damn shame. But like, when it comes to underground small, like, it just feels like everybody's in the same fight together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think overall there's more good than there are bad people, or however you want to word that. Moles or whatever, troublemakers, trolls, whatever the 1,000 words that we have these days for people like that. There is tons of great people, creative people. I've been in the mentality the last couple of years of my life that is of surrounding myself with people who do things, not just you know, oh, I'm bored. Well, there's no such thing as boredom. Only boring people. And when you realize that, and you start seeing the others that some people pick up on it. Like I've had a lot of my friends, since I started putting out books, who have told me that like I've motivated them in doing that, and like talking with me about it and this, that, and the other. Like, it's kind of nice because like I there's a whole other part of that, but like I struggled for a long time with some shit, and I'm in the best mental place that I ever have been, because I've managed to kind of push the negative away. Now I'm only human, so I have my moments, but
yeah, we all do.
But it's like last year, me and my buddy Whitman, once again, we had this whole thing that we were talking about. We're like, 2023 is going to be the beginning of some good shit, and it was. We did our goals. I said I was going to put out a book. I put out 2. 3 if you count Sludge with Jason Nicky and Stuart Bray. So it's like, okay, well, 2024, this is the fucking year. So just keeping with the grind, keeping going. Don't slow down. And that's kind of where my head's at, and it keeps me in a great place, because the minute you slow down is when you start thinking more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like your brain starts going all over the place. But if you're doing stuff, your mind's kind of focused, and then you can do better. That's why, like, at this point in my life, the only things I worry about are my son first and foremost. My music, my writing, the living, well-being, all that shit. I'm not worried about relationships. I'm not worried about, chasing skirt as it used to be said. Like I'm not worried about those kind of things. I'm not letting any of that cloud my judgment, cloud my mind on what I need to be doing. I know what I need to be doing. And I think a lot of times people forget on who they're trying to please. Who do they need to please? Well, first off, if you're not happy with yourself, then you're not going to make anybody else happy, because they'll see right through it.
I agree.
And so, it's all about the grind, my friend. It's all about the grind.
I 100% agree. And going back to what you're saying, boredom, when somebody says that they're bored all the time, I don't know what that means. Like for me, I'm almost like you. I don't know what that means. I'm glad I don't know what that means, because I'm busy all the fucking time. There's not enough time in the day for me to do what I have to fucking do. So there's never a point in my life where in my day where I'm sitting around with like, boy, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Like I don't even know what that even feels like. But at the same time, I feel like it's good to not to be bored. It's good to be busy. It definitely keeps you focused, and it keeps you out of running after stupid shit.
Oh yeah,
like you were talking about.
Yeah, man, definitely. And like, some people I've told people this, the whole thing, and they're like, they get offended by it. I'm like, well, that just means I'm right. Like, because, I've met people, talking about relationships and shit. Like, I've been on the fucking Facebook dating app and stuff. And some of the people I've talked to or whatever, like, immediately, I pick up on, okay, this isn't going to work. And it's mainly because it's like, oh, what do you like to do? And it's like, oh, not really much of anything. I sit around, and like I like food and watch TV, and I'm like, okay, do you do anything else? Anything else? Nothing? Okay, this isn't gonna work. I need if I'm gonna be with somebody, it's gonna have to be somebody that's kind of sharing the same mind. It's got to be somebody that's grinding, doing something, that they're trying to meet a goal, they're wanting something more. And if somebody isn't, because if I need 3 hours of my day away from you to go right, you need to be okay with that. Now, if I'm with somebody who is a painter or a writer or anything like that, and we can be in the same room doing our shit, not say a word for hours, and still getting our stuff taken care of, then I am A-okay with that. That right there is what I want. I'm not holding my breath.
Yes.
You can't always get what you want, but that's that comes down to that. Yeah.
Here's some of the best dating advice I could give any. Okay, I can only speak for men, because I'm a man, so I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but maybe it's for the same for women. If you're a busy person, right? If you're a busy person, you have, a lot of responsibilities, job, kids, family, working, YouTube channels, writing your book. You have a lot going on in your life. It is impossible, absolutely impossible, to try to date or be in a relationship with someone who doesn't have that grind or that schedule. It is absolute. It is going to be absolute living hell. That person is going to be complaining all the time. Well, how come you never have enough time? You're going to hear that constantly, and it's going to be, you're actually going to dig yourself into a living fucking hell. Been there, done that.
I messaged you 3 hours ago.
Been done that shit way too many times. And I'm telling you what, right now, I'm giving anybody who's out there single this fucking advice: do not fucking sign up for some shit where, because that person is now going to want to make you their fucking hobby, and that's bad, because a human being should not be someone's fucking hobby.
No, I totally agree on that. You're very right on that, and that's something else, man. Is like, you see people, and it goes back to what we were saying about, like, the facades. Everything's fine. Oh, look how happy we are. And it's like, you pick up on things. It's like, oh, well, here's a picture of so and so with her boyfriend. But wait, if you notice, her hand is on his. He's not even, moving. Yeah. It's like you pick up on this stuff. People just don't connect anymore like they used to. It's all about. It's not getting to know people. And not to make this fucking. What was that MTV show? Fucking Love Line. But let's make
it into fucking Love Line. Let's go, Chuck Nancy.
Like, there's too much. There's too much rush. No one wants to get to know anybody. No one wants to take the time to understand what makes that person they want to be with tick. Nobody, and then they get in a relationship, and like 4 months later, they're conflicted because they don't know if they would have been in a relationship or not, because they're learning these things that they should have already known before they rushed and moved in or did this and the other. And it's just like everything's a failure. And and dating apps and shit like that, man, come on, everybody is lying. Filters, I mean, come on, man, filters. And the right ways they do, certain people do selfies, and it's like, okay, you're lying. So when you actually meet up with someone, they're not seeing that person they thought they were.
But here's my thing. This is something that I ran into the past in my single days, and that was, all right, this is the hard room. I don't filter anything. All right, so I'm just fucking saying. The modern woman doesn't lie about shit that she should be lying about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you ran into this. Like, they don't lie about their body counts. They don't lie about getting gangbanged, 15 years ago by the whole LA Lakers. They don't hide about giving Bobby Brown a blowjob at a concert when they were 15 years old. They don't lie about that shit. Like, that's not stuff that any.
Who have you been messing with, Travis?
Listen, this is not thing. No man wants to fucking know about these fucking. Leave that shit and leave that between you and Jesus. Like, no one wants to fucking know about your fucking. No man wants to know about a woman's sexual past. Keep that.
It depends.
I don't.
I do believe that there's a time to find out certain information about somebody.
Like how, like how much? Like here's something I never want to know. We're going off a weird fucking rant topic. I never ever want to know if my woman has been with a man who has a bigger dick than me. That's something I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to fucking know. Oh, well, it's not the biggest. I mean, it's perfect. I don't want to fucking know it. Lie. Tell me it's the biggest you've ever had, please. Like, lie. Like, because guess what? If my woman asks me if this is the tightest coochie you ever had, what is any man ever going to say? Well, listen, I've had tighter. No, we're going to say, of course it is. Women fucking lie. It's okay to lie about certain things. Like, you don't have to be honest about everything. Like, why are you giving some motherfucker from the past clout instead of the guy that you're with now? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think that's, I mean, in that context, if you're with somebody, with a woman who has a past that is very bright, if you will, you know, if they're giving praise to these past lovers, right to your face, well, that's a respect issue that they obviously, it shows right there. It's a red flag. They don't have respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have, you know, in past relationships and stuff, I've had conversations, you know, in my serious relationships, having conversations, about, you know, pasts and body count and whatever, you know.
Really?
And yeah, oh yeah. And you
Okay.
know, in when I was younger, yeah, I would get mad. I would get mad and would turn a good night into a bad one real quick. Um, you know, storming off and getting shitty, you know. But like, but I've had conversations with girlfriends, uh, also where, you know, we just explained what we didn't like about this person, and you know, whatever, and what they did. That was just like, oh well, this person used to do this. I didn't like that. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. And sometimes you can do that. If you can do that, that's a good thing.
You can say what you don't like about past partners, but you cannot say, you can never ever say that someone from the past does it better than you as the new partner. You can never, even if it's fucking true, even if it's 100% true, you can't fucking do that. Like it's weird. I mean,
well, I'll tell you one thing, and this is, and old Sam Kinison had a whole bit about this. Talking about how if women would speak up, and I guess this can go with both males and females, but I know dating women because that's what I know.
Yeah.
That's my personal preference.
Yes.
But like, oh, fuck, I hate when that happens.
Sam Kinston.
Sam Kinston. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you know, people in relationships a lot of times, you know, you hear girls talking to their girlfriends about how they you know, oh well, they don't do it like this, and they don't lick it like that, and blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. But they don't ever go to that person they're with and go, hey, if you did it like this, you know, because the most of the time it's like, hey, ladies, we'll fucking do it.
Exactly.
We'll fucking do it.
We'll do it. I don't know about women, but men will do it.
I mean, exactly. You know, yeah. You know, a good relationship, there, you know, some things, you know, it's like, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that situations. But for the most part, if you really do think you're in a good relationship, then maybe sometimes these questions are needed to be asked, you know, to see how well do you know yourself? Because, you know, if the person you're with for 8 years has this dark secret of like them doing like, you know, gangbang porn for like 3 years before you got together, you know, and you didn't happen to find out until happened like you bought the video.
I want to know about that.
You know,
no, but I want to know about that. Listen, if you were doing porn or something like that, if you were a sex worker or something like that, I do want to know that. I don't want to know. Yes, but listen, I don't want to know about your hoe days. So every man and woman have a period in their life which is called the hoe years, and usually the hoe years are somewhere between 18 and like 25. That's most people's hoe years, right?
True.
My hoe years were, because I was busy. My hoe years were somewhere between 30 and 35, because I just had, in my 20s, I was just very busy, focused on school and my career. I would never ever disclose my whole years. My whole years are something I'm not proud of. You know what I mean? Like it's something I'm not proud of. I'm not going to be bragging about I had sex with 3 midgets, and 3 little people, you know, and in a pool one night. That's something I'm never ever going to bring up. By the way, that never happened. But that's something I would never.
If I had sex with 3 little people in a pool, I'm having pictures of that shit. Okay. I'm just gonna be like, hey, this happens when you drink a lot of Jack. You know. Don't ask about the clown nose. Anyway.
But yes, I agree with you. You need to be upfront also too about people what you're into sexually, because like one thing I wouldn't do, I don't eat ass. You know, so if some woman came up to me and said, I like my ass eaten, that would not be my fucking thing. I just don't eat fucking ass. I know there's some guys out there, Chuck, you're looking at me like you like eating ass or don't mind eating ass, but I'm not an ass eater.
There's a time and place. Okay. You know, there's a time and place and a moment. You know, you've had too much to drink. It's been a good evening. You decide to lick it from the back. Next thing you just go, fuck it.
You got some steak on your tongue. Yes.
Yeah. It just just some things happen. Like I mean, I'm not really one to be too shy about shit. I mean, the first time I had a girl fucking put a finger at my fucking ass, I didn't know what to think of it, but I came like a wildcat, so it was whatever.
Nothing is loud back there with me. I'm too afraid that I might enjoy it.
Well, I mean, the one thing is though, and it's not, it's there's nothing. The way I look at it is because I've had a couple of, because I like the kinky, the kinkier the better sometimes when it comes to women, and like that's not something I was ever really into. I got Crohn's disease, okay, so like I don't like going to the doctor because I know it's what's going to happen, usually. But the doctor's also not giving me a fucking Hummer while I was doing it, so so
not.
I mean,
I hope not, Chuck.
you know what I mean? Like, but I think I have a story idea, but
it's a hard story.
But that right there is like you said, nothing's nothing whatever, but the biology of it is there's something up there that makes something go boop. And every now and then there's been some times it's like I'm not like a fucking raging addict over it or nothing, but and it's not something I welcome every time that somebody's got their mouth on me, but it has happened, and no shame, okay, no shame. My name's Chuck Nasty.
Hey, and this motherfucker's nasty. That Chuck. All right, so listen, you like to smoke the grass while you're writing. So are you a what's it called? Sativa, indigo, or hybrid guy?
Sativa, indica, or hybrid? Well,
you don't give a fuck.
I like it all, but personal, I like sativa. Now, if I could, usually sativa in the morning, hybrid during the day, indica at night. That way you have the sativa gives you the you're still got that high, but you're functioning. You're not just you don't want to sit still. You want to do stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in the mornings, that's if I've got that, man, that it gets me going. It goes great with a cup of coffee. I mean, it really does. It's the hippie speedball, as I've always called it. Coffee and some brief. But and it gets my mind going. The mornings are a time that it's really weird because I used to write at night a lot more than I do in the day, and I've learned that after sleep, no matter if it's only 2 hours of sleep or an hour of sleep, the next morning, like all those thoughts in your head and the creative, I don't know, the liner notes that were in your head before you passed out, those little things that are right there, they come back out full force. And then I feel like I'm more creative in the mornings. It's like when you have that first pee, it's like, okay, we're flushing out all that shit from yesterday. And it's like,
push it out.
This is exactly what it does. And so like when the sativa really helps with that. It also helps me getting some shit done around the house as well. Hybrid's great for the middle of the day for the simple fact that like it gives you a good equal balance of relaxed, but yet you're still moving and you're still wanting to get shit done. You just might be just a little bit more indicated than sativa. I've found when it comes to hybrid. And then night use, obviously indica, but also on that, being a Crohn's patient, indica is the one strain that helps the stomach stuff more than the others because it contains certain elements that just like any other kind of medicine, certain things help with this, that, and the other, whatever. And usually indica has more of what I need to calm my stomach, or if I've had stomach issues real bad and I haven't eaten in like a day and a half because of it, like spark one up and I'll want to eat whatever's in my fridge, So that's there's that one. But when I'm writing though, I prefer the sativa, and I'll say this actually, which is kind of, let's go ahead and shamelessly promote. Not shamelessly say mine, but I love this shit. But like these, Okay. These are flying monkeys. These are the Delta 10, Delta 8 things. They're legal just about anywhere. That's
Nice.
a little bit okay with it. So like, you get them at the grocery store because we're not legal here. Like I've got a medical card, but it can only be used in certain places. But this stuff you get at the store, and this has been my favorite lately. OG lemonade. This strains have been really good. About I get about halfway through a pre-roll, and I put on some weird synthwave music or some horror, some horror soundtracks, and I'll just sit here for 3 hours and not even, I'll occasionally hit it again, and I'll just, and I get sucked into it. Next thing I know, I've got to go out there and do this and the other before my kid gets home. It definitely does help. But I mean, I'm not saying, I know that I have the creative mind to come up with stuff that's fun and interesting, gross and whatever else, without cannabis. But I also know that sometimes it helps me focus, to the point where it's like, okay, I'm writing this story. Where do I go now? And I'll just sit there and stare at it. And then sometimes I'll stretch my arm out. I'll parade around and smack myself in the head a bunch. and then I'll sit down and then I take in a breather and then I go right back to it. Like, it's, yeah.
Well, I mean, so with me, I don't smoke. I don't smoke that much, right? Anymore. I don't smoke pretty much at all anymore. But when I first started the channel, which is almost a year ago, like if you look at some of my first interviews that I've done on the channel, you can pick out some, and you're like, this motherfucker's high. I don't know if people can point out that I'm high, but it's because I'm all over the place, but it's interesting all over the place. But like even now sober, my brain, I don't know if it's ADHD or whatever, I jump topics all the time and I go into rants, but people find that interesting because I'm mixing shit up constantly. I'm not staying on the same topic.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I'm the same fucking way about that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of like, Big Rich, like I could be talking about one thing and then it just goes, I've been on some other podcasts. There's one podcast my buddy Jeff does called Skewered Universe. And he'll have me on there usually during January when they have their Giallo talks. And me and him will sit there and we'll go from Mario Bava to Dario Argento to Lucio Fulci, and it's like it's like we could be watching like an Argento movie, but like all over the place. It's just we did a podcast that was about 3 hours long. Just I've
done a couple of those.
Trying to get back on track and there's so much there's so much branches sometimes things to talk about that kind of which also in the writing realm also makes it hard to focus on one storyline. So
I bet because if you look at some of my 2 hour and long or longer interviews, I'm definitely under the influence. I feel like I'm definitely under influence because the creative side of my brain comes out. Like I'm good at asking questions off the top of my head with no script, but like with some grass, oh my goodness, I can start asking you weird fucking questions about anything.
Yeah.
Like who do you think will win in a fight between Bigfoot and Sasquatch? You know what I mean? Like that's an amazing fucking question if you're fucking high.
Yeah. Isn't Bigfoot and Sasquatch the same thing?
So I thought the same thing. So there's Bigfoot, there's Sasquatch, there's Bogman, then there's Skunk Ape. But so apparently there's different forms of Bigfoots in different regions of the country, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently,
okay.
Yeah, apparently Bogman hangs out down south. I could be completely wrong, but I think Bogman hangs out south. Sasquatch is on the west coast, maybe like towards Alaska area, something like that. And then Skunk Ape, I don't know how it is.
Skunk Ape is a great strain of weed.
Is there a strain of weed?
I'm pretty sure that I've had something called Skunk Ape. Yeah.
See, I love fucking Ray Charles. Have you ever had Ray Charles?
There's a strain of Ray Charles. I don't think I've had that.
Ray Charles is the shit. Ray Charles is shit.
Does it make you go blind and play some of the best like music ever written?
But that's what I was. That's what I was terrified of when I got it. But it's a hybrid, and I'm telling you, like, during Ray Charles. Okay, so I'm going into another fucking rant. During Ray Charles, you got this burst of energy. You're happy as shit, and you're also fucking horny as fuck. So like, it's like these three things going on at once. Yeah. Yes, it's fucking amazing.
I'll have to look out for that shit.
Yes.
Ray Charles. Yeah, no, I had a back when. Well, I before I realized what the shit was. Do you remember that legal weed shit? But it wasn't weed. It was
the CBD stuff.
No. That's actually hemp derived, just like the Delta 8 stuff and all that. But no, it was what was it called? Basically what it was is it wasn't another, because I thought that this stuff was just another plant that gets you stoned, and and that's why nobody could make it illegal, because it hadn't been really named yet. And there was this strain of it. Well, the stuff actually, what it is it's like plants that are sprayed with chemicals. I found out, but there was this type of it called Marley. Mm-hmm. And the first time I tried that was with four, like in the early '60s, mid '60s, weird ass fucking people. One of them's an Elvis impersonator. They're like, "Hey, nice. Man, you ever read this stuff called Marley?" Because they used to get me high all the time and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, "Oh man, it's really good, man." And so like I'm over there like just chiefing the shit out of it, and they only take like a few hits, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to do that, man." And I'm like, whatever. I'm just smoking along, and like, man, like I didn't get sick or nothing, but it was like the sun was like uber bright. It was actually like my kid's mom. Me and her were together. She worked at this bar, and so like I was just hanging there all day because we didn't have kids and all that shit at the time, and they were all the sitters and shit. And I went inside, and just everything just seemed further away, and just it was the weirdest thing. And then later on, my ex made a friend whose mom apparently made the shit and scored me a J. And this is before I realized how they were making it. And scored me a J. Brought it home from work. I'm in the bathroom. This has been like fucking years and years ago. And so like I'm chiefing the shit out of this thing, and I smoke it down to. I mean it was about that fat, and I smoked it down to like a roach. Well, then I walk out of the bathroom, and I'm just kind of. Everything's, kind of like that scene in Big Lebowski, yeah. Just dropped in. And I'm like walking down the hallway, and then I look down, and my daughter's down there, and she's like uber small, like she's way the fuck down there. And like, I'm like, man, and it was uber gray outside. It was like, there was just like an impending feeling of doom.
Fuck that.
And I was like, this is fucking horrible. And I was like, I need you to call this girl and find out what I need to do. And
go to the ER.
Because people that do that kind of shit are the ones that end up fucking eating people's faces and shit. And so like I'm like freaking the fuck out. And she told my ex, tell him to eat something and take a shower. And so like I had a brownie, and then I went and got in the shower, and then I was in there for almost an hour, just because everything just seemed like I was holding onto the wall, because I thought I was gonna fall like miles down and shit. It was horrible. That was the last time I did that shit.
That's an awful trip, man. That's not awful.
It was not. It was terrifying. I mean, like literally, like I was looking at my kid who was looking at my movies on the floor, and I swear she looked like she was miles down.
Fuck, man.
It was horrible. That's a dirty high. And if you have chemicals like that, it's a dirty fucking high.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that.
You know, no, thank you, man. No, thank you. I'll stick to the green.
All right, Chuck. Where can everyone find you, my friend?
Man, where can you find me? There's a question. No, let's see here. Well, I mean, of course, my Facebook page, Chuck Nasty. Go check that out. And then I've got my books are on Amazon. And you can go on Unveiling Nightmares and check out my shit on there as well. As of right now, I've only got Going to Hell, Fresh Kills on there. But there will be many more that I'm going to put out with them. You can just look up Chuck Nasty and shit seems to follow on Google. Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat is my band. Feel free to check out our Facebook page. And we've got cool live clips and shit on YouTube, as well as our Facebook page and Bandcamp. And we've got a new album getting ready to come out. That's going to be really cool.
Nice.
And then I do a few podcasts. Graveyard Talk with my buddy Whitman. I do Nasty Nation. Those are audio only podcasts. Those are on. It was called Anchor, and now I think it's just connected with Spotify. But you can find that stuff on Spotify because it's all connected. And so we got Nasty Nation and Graveyard Talk on there. And then I also am on Video Store Clerks podcast every Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time. On Facebook and YouTube. And we it's horror talk, movie talk, and goofiness and craziness. And that's everywhere you can find me, I think. Well, unless you close your eyes and in your dreams and in your nightmares.
Well, Chuck, listen, we've learned a lot about you during this interview. We learned that you love smoking weed.
Mm.
We love that you don't mind eating ass. I mean, in the right situation, you don't mind eating ass. I mean,
the right ass.
Gotta be the right ass, yes. Listen, you can't eat every ass.
If it winks at me, it's a no-go.
All right, I'm about to say something real quick, but have you ever had a situation where you got to whiff ass from a woman?
What, while you're going down on them?
No, just in the process of it. Like, you get a ass smell. It's just knocks you out of fucking mood.
Yeah. Those moments where I've been too needy and just want to be like, come on. And it's like, we've been out walking or we've been out all day and we're sweaty and gross. And I'm like, come on. They're like, fine. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, maybe a shower.
And you question yourself like, is that me or is that her? Shit.
You can usually always tell. You can always tell, you know. There has been those moments though. There has been those moments where you got him in the 69, and then I've got, you know, the bad thing is I've got kind of a pointy honker, you know. So it's like some of those buttholes are, you know, really brown nosing, if you know what I mean.
Love it, man. Love it. All right, listen, but the most important thing is to go to Amazon, Unveiling Nightmare. Look up Going to Hell, Fresh Kills, Volume 1. Chuck, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. You're more than welcome to come on anytime.
Hey, dude, anytime. I appreciate you having me on. This has been fun.
Most definitely, brother. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.